made it to India.
It took us over 24 hours by the time we left our home in Buffalo, New York to get to Delhi, India. We first flew to Philadelphia and then from Philadelphia out to Paris, where we had about a 12-hour layover, so we got up to some fun going up to the top of the Eiffel Tower and back before making it to the airport in time to catch our flight from Paris to Delhi.
We are on a 8-day tour with on-the-go travels. We're so excited. This has been a place that we have always wanted to go to. There's so many beautiful things to see and do, great culture, great food, and we're going to try and experience as much of it as we can with our short time here.
And we're starting off with the best way that I personally think of getting to know a new area, which is with a food tour. Before we head on down to the lobby area where we're going to be meeting with our guide to go over the tour, we can give you a quick rundown of the hotel that we're staying at.
We're on the second floor, which for Americans would be the third floor because we don't ever count the ground floor as one, or no, we do count the ground floor as one.
So that was a little bit confusing because we had to walk up 3 flights of stairs to get here.
We are on what we would think of as the third floor, but floor 2, and you come into the room, it's kind of one space. You have this bedroom area, but you have a closet where you can hang clothes. We ended up having to hang up all of our wet clothes from Paris when we went out into the city, so that was really welcome. We got to dry everything out before we got started. But there's a TV, air conditioning, which is really nice. I cranked it up and then Heather made me turn it back down.
Too cold.
Yeah, but you have a window, not really much of a view, but you get light in, mirror with a little table to set stuff on and get ready.
There is a mini fridge in there that we already took some Coca-Colas out of, as well as like a little snack area here. This you all have to pay for, but honestly it's relatively affordable. We did get 2 complimentary waters over there, which is great because you're not really supposed to drink the water.
Yeah, and they said if you need more of anything, just let the front desk know, so if we needed more waters, we can absolutely get that. There's also a safe in the closet, which is cool if you were going to be needing to put any of your valuables in there.
Moving into the bathroom, and we've already been in here for a day, so some of our stuff is everywhere, but there is a closet with a mirror to our right that we don't really know how to open, but there's a lot of space in here. We have a huge vanity where we have like our water to be brushing our teeth with, a really nice shower area. We have our towels hanging from our shower earlier, but a very modern bathroom, a very nice shower, and does everything that you need a bathroom to do, and I think has some really nice furnishings. We did get a brief look at the lobby area and the place where you can have breakfast a little bit earlier today while we did enjoy breakfast. They also have a nice pool at this hotel, so I think it's a very nice place.
We're just really excited to be here if you can't tell, and with that I think we're gonna head down to the lobby where we will meet our guide and get ready to see India from the street for the first time.
Put your hand in mine, watch it water out the window.
Thank you.
We can wake up anywhere tomorrow. It don't matter where we go, we're going somewhere. Turn it all around, hang it upside down. We can get a little lost and found. It don't matter where we are, I know we're getting there. Touching down, middle of the hometown.
Pretty amazing.
We're getting there. You and I got a room on top of the world.
Wow.
Thank you.
I'm sure you will never find this shop at your own.
No.
Thank
Thank you.
Thank you. We took the metro from the hotel into Old Delhi, which was an awesome experience, and we got to ride an electric rickshaw, which was another first, and we walked through, learned the history of Old Delhi and of Delhi, which was incredible. We've made our way in for our first stop on our food tour, and we're getting fruit sandwiches, which have mango and cheese and apple and pomegranate. It just looks delicious.
Does it all work together?
Mm-hmm. That's delicious.
Different than the one you have normally.
It is. It works really well together, and the closest thing that I can think of is putting like jam on toast.
Yeah.
But much more natural and.
Yes.
I think I'm always so used to sandwiches being savory, so for it to be sweet is something different, but something good. A little bit of everything in here. After that delicious sandwich, we were headed back onto the streets. Honestly, would have never found this place by ourselves, so really glad that we're on a tour. We're going from sweet to savory, and he said a little bit spicy.
The green chili one.
Don't eat the green chili.
This is little extra spice.
So this is potatoes.
And this is kachori, the pie.
Kachori?
Or pie.
Potato pie.
Try and grab a bit of everything.
Spicy?
Yes, but in a great way. That's really, really good. The potato is good, the pie crust is nice and flaky, and there's crushed onions with some masala spices on the inside. And altogether, it just works really well. And the spice is really good. It's not overpowering, but adds a nice like heat and flavor to it.
We were told to avoid the green chili unless we want it really hot, but yeah, it's not too bad once you take your first bite. It's kind of sitting down, a little bit extra spicy, but this is really good.
They have some really hot chilies in America.
We're from Buffalo where you get like that spicy chicken wings.
Oh, right.
So we're used to some spice. But yeah, so this is like a curry pie he described it as, and it is delicious.
These are the normal sweets what we distribute when we have festival, Diwali. Chaat is anything, is a mixture of sometimes fruits, sometimes they put spices. Spices, it's called masala. Masala means a mixture of different spices. Three generations. Toki. This is a 130 years old shop.
Wow.
Fourth generation is sitting here.
Wow.
This chaat is called kuliya chaat.
I'll try the banana. So this is kuliya chaat.
Really interesting combination.
So it's fruit with spices and pomegranate and chickpea in the middle of kind of a hollowed out fruit or vegetable slice, and it's sweet but savory and with a little bit of spice. It's an amazing combination.
Mike went with banana and I went with tomato.
How's the vegetable?
It's good. I don't think I've ever had anything like it before. Yeah, I don't even know how to describe the taste other than unique and good.
What we are going to have, it is called kalmi vada. It's again made of chickpeas flour, cooked in oil with yogurt, red sauce, which is tamarind, and mint sauce. This is what is in there. It's made of chickpeas. This is called kalmi vada, chickpeas flour with some yogurt and chutney and mint sauce. Please.
There's a creaminess to it, and again some sweet with spices. Not spicy, but spices.
Yes.
It's very different from anything I've had before.
Exactly.
What do you think?
Very unique taste. It's got a lot of different mixtures that we saw in each of the different bowls up there. So it's all put in one dish.
Potato chickpeas, and this is made of chickpeas.
Wow.
That part was good.
I like the different texture of the crunchy
Yeah.
biscuit
Yeah.
with the yogurt and the... Very interesting just from that perspective.
Wow. Yeah, you're right. That's unlike any ice cream we've ever seen before.
Very cold.
Very nice. Thank you. So this entire time we've been walking around Old Delhi only trying foods and specialties from Old Delhi. The whole point of this tour is to only get things that we can get in this area of India. What we have now is a very special kind of ice cream. The way that it was explained to us is that they scoop out the innards of the fruit, mix it all together, and then put it back in and have this really amazing ice cream that I've been stalling long enough, so I should try. There is milk in here. It tastes very creamy and sugary, really well blended. The closest thing that I could say is a sherbet, but that isn't doing this justice, or sorbet, however you say it. But yes, it's very, very nice and sweet and great for this hot day. You should try it, you'll like it.
There's obviously the pomegranate flavor, but you can get the taste of the lemon and the cream that's mixed in when it's made. And it just is really, really good. A great texture too.
Good?
We just had kulfi, which is Indian ice cream, which was absolutely amazing and so different and so tasty. We're actually now making our way back over towards the area we came in at for some more food and maybe something a little bit heartier.
Every other leg.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is all labeled, carrying the things on the head, on the back. Things are coming from the godowns.
Wow, the dome is pretty. The great thing about this food tour is we're also getting a tour of just Old Delhi in general. So we've been exploring the Backstreets, learning a little bit of history. We just went to a very large spice market where we were all sneezing and coughing, but wouldn't change it for the world. This is an extraordinary experience to see this side of Old Delhi.
Yes, we get on here.
Okay.
We just stopped off at a really famous chicken place. I believe he said that it was on a couple different food networks.
Perfect. It's going to be hot. Yeah.
Oh, that is hot. That's really good.
It's very hot. So we stopped for some double fried chicken. It was made with a marinade of chickpea, spices, some yogurt. It's fantastic. It's really well seasoned, spicy. It came out right fresh from the fryer. So hot, but we got to watch them make it. This is definitely a winner. It's really, really good. Just exactly how you would want it. The best fried chicken I think I've had ever. There's a sauce that you can use as well. The whole thing is great.
Just around the corner from that delicious chicken and through a little alleyway, we are at the famous Karim's. Our tour guide said that you can't say that you've been to Delhi unless you've come to this restaurant. So I'm very excited to see what makes this place so great.
The forefather of Karim was a cook in the court here in Delhi, so this is just a fantastic place you have to stop at if you're in Old Delhi. And it's been great because we've been trying foods that you can only find here in Old Delhi in this part of the city. So it's been such a great experience, and it's food you can't get anywhere else.
Thank you. We were told that this is a Karim roll, and what's special about it is that the bread, translated in English, means handkerchief because it's that thin. This is probably the most familiar tasting dish. Not that I've ever had anything like this before, but a lot of the flavors kind of taste like the Indian version of a taco. But now we're told to put some of the mint sauce on. A lot or a little? A lot? A little?
Just a
A little bit more?
Yeah.
Good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Delicious.
Yeah, it almost changes it completely. It tastes more fresh. So you get the nice kick, but then also the mint taste. Really nice, I like it. Is this what you order every time you come here?
Most of the time.
It is really, really good. Say that you've gone to Old Delhi, people will ask if you saw the mosque, they'll ask if you saw the spice market, they'll ask if you've done these things, and one of those things is going to Karim's, and you have to say that you've been there. So we saw the mosque, we went to the spice market, walked up and down the streets, but yes, I think that that was a fantastic trip into Old Delhi. The food was unbelievable, and coming from Western cuisine,
Which is kind of bland compared to everything that we tried.
Yeah, the combination of flavors of savory and sweet and creamy and spicy, it was unlike anything we've ever had.
It was like a lot of opposite flavors mixed together.
At Karim's, we focused in on mutton dishes. Our guide had said that there were a couple of other options that are really good there, but the muttons and foods that we tried really were kind of unique to that part of Old Delhi. Things that had some gravy dishes and things like that you can get in other cities and other parts of India, but the focus of this tour really was on that sort of Old Delhi cuisine. One was a wrap in this really thin handkerchief bread.
Like if you held up the bread, you could probably see through it. And we did see them making the meat on the outside of the restaurant. Those were the
kebabs.
Shish kebabs?
I think just kebabs.
Those were the kebabs that were put in that first kind of wrap.
And then the next one was just charred cooked mutton, which was really, really tasty. So well cooked and tender and everything you would want from a piece of meat like that. And the third one was another cool experience. It was
almost like a dip of sorts.
Yeah.
So it was like chopped mutton and a bunch of really great tasting spices. And you would just dip the bread in. And I think one of my favorite parts of all the places that we went to today was just the passion behind the people making the food. Every stall that we went into had a story of like them being there for a long time, and they really took pride in the work that they were doing.
Each of those restaurants we went to, like the place with the ice cream was over 100 years old. Karim's was over 100 years old. Just such history in all of these places. Karun, our tour guide for this food tour, was fantastic. We learned so much. There's so many different influences in India from different religions and different groups that have come in and settled here, and all of that is reflected in the food and the architecture and the culture and the people, and it has just been everything that we could have hoped for to be here, from riding in Delhi traffic in a rickshaw, riding the metro and walking through the streets and seeing the hustle and bustle of life here.
One of the things I was looking forward to most coming to India, which may be a little bit cheesy, was riding in a rickshaw. And that was a huge bucket list item that we got to cross off today. 3 or 4 times we got into the back of a rickshaw, and then each time I just had like a big grin on my face because of how exciting it was to be there, be part of like the heartbeat and the movement of the area. And yeah, I was very thankful that we got to have that experience.
Totally worth it. If you're doing this group or doing a tour like this, make sure that you get out for a food tour, go to Old Delhi and try some of these dishes. You won't be disappointed. They're so unique and so amazing tasting, especially if you like some spice. There was some heat, but it was really tasty. I think that kind of wraps up what we've got planned for today.
So we'll catch you tomorrow as we explore more of Old Delhi as well as New Delhi.
See you then.
I'm living my best life. I wake